Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely fantastic out there. Today, our top priority will be to take a look at the difference between a formatted spreadsheet and an official table in Excel. The differences you're going to find are quite profound, and after this video, I'm pretty sure you'll begin turning your data sources into tables as soon as you open them up. It's something that I do 99% of the time because it makes working with the data so much easier. Well, this is going to be a jam-packed video, so sit back, relax, and let's learn some cool things about Microsoft Excel together. So what is an official table in Excel? So per Excel's definition, a table in Excel is a rectangular range of structured data that has many benefits over a standard spreadsheet. And that's very true. A table does have a lot of great benefits to it. We're going to go through those real quick. First and foremost, when you convert it to a table, when you convert your normal spreadsheet to a table, your filters will automatically be applied to your header. Formulas will auto-populate to other empty rows, which is very, very handy, so you don't have to enter your formulas in each time into each row. Ranges are named based on the header, making formula writing, clicking and dragging the formulas down. It makes it a lot easier when you have a named range. Calculating column totals using the total row feature, which we will go over the features of a table in depth. More formatting options. So your table will automatically be formatted to a default format, but you can change that formatting in so many different ways, and we'll take a look at that. Selecting entire rows and columns is way easier and quicker if you have your data formatted as a table. And then one of the things that, I don't know about you all, but it annoys me when I scroll down and my header disappears because I'm very forgetful and I forget what column I'm looking at, what the data stands for. So with a table, the header will stay visible as you scroll down your table. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take a look at how do you actually convert your data from a spreadsheet to a table. And there's a couple of ways to do that. I'm going to show you the two quickest ways. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so on the left here, you see a traditional formatted spreadsheet, and it's formatted pretty good. We've got our header there and then our data sets below it. To the right, we have the exact same data, but we're going to go ahead and format it into a table. So you can take a look at some of the differences between the two. And so the first way to convert a data set into a table is to just click anywhere within the data set. Just click anywhere in there. And then the shortcut keys is Control T. And as you see, Excel highlighted with the ant lines what it thinks I want to be my table. And 9 times out of 10, Excel is correct. Sometimes it's not. And then when you have that come up, that's when we're going to use method 2. But for now, click anywhere in the data, hit Control T. It will likely guess correctly what you want as your table. And then the other key thing to note here is my table has headers. That is check mark, and that is good because we actually do have headers. So Excel recognizes that you have headers there. If you don't have headers and this is not checked, Excel will throw in some default headers for you, and they'll be named column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, however many columns you have. Okay, so that's method number 1 to convert your data to a table. So you just hit enters or click OK, and you can immediately see the formatting that was applied to that data set, along with our filters being applied to the table. So now it's officially a table. And so let's look at method number 2 before we jump into looking at all of the benefits and all of the things you can do with a table. So method number 2, all you want to do is go ahead and grab, click, and drag and highlight your table you can still hit Control T, and then Excel now knows whatever you highlighted, go ahead and make that the table. So that's what you would do if Excel didn't guess correctly by simply clicking within the data set and hitting Control T. You would highlight, you can still hit Control T, it's the shortcut way to do it, it's the quickest way, and then hit OK. And as you can see, that same formatting and filters have been applied. Okay, so those are the two quick ways to convert your data set into a table. Up next, we're going to start to take a look at all of the features of a table and all of the benefits that you get from a table. So let's do that now. Now that we have converted our spreadsheet data into tables, and we've done that two different ways, I wanted to take a look at the features and benefits that we talked about and see them in action using this example table here. So the first thing you'll notice is there's no table tools or design in the ribbon right now, and that's because I'm not clicked within my table. So if I click within my table, Table Tools and Designs now shows up, so I can click into Design. And from here, we'll start from the right and work our way over, but Table Styles. So Table Styles is our formatting for our table, and if you want to get a preview of it, all you simply do is hover over it, and it will give you a preview of what that's going to look like. And there's a lot of options in here, a lot of options. So you can see all of them. When you find one that you want, I like this one, I'm going to click on it. It's going to apply that formatting for me throughout the entire table. So pretty cool. If you're doing a presentation for work, this can help really make it look professional. So I highly recommend applying table styles to your tables. Okay. Now next to that, next to table styles, you have 7 buttons here that will toggle in and out of a particular aspect of the table. So the first one has a check mark in it because we're showing header row. But if we didn't want header row to show for whatever reason, we just uncheck it and header row would go away. So you could toggle through that. Banded rows, I really like banded rows. It basically colors and shades every other row. And so if you didn't want that though, you could take it out and have everything be uniform. But I tend to like banded rows. That's just my preference. And then if you wanted to call out or highlight your first column or your last column, you just simply put a check mark here, there, and then it bodes the text in those columns, or the font, I should say. And that allows it to stand out a little more, okay, if you really wanted to do that. And then banded columns, it does exactly what banded rows does, but only to the columns. I, for one, do not like banded columns, but if you like it, that's fantastic. Use it. It's there for you. Total row is probably the most useful thing in here. And so if you click total row, it creates a total row, basically. And then what you can do is, if you notice at the bottom of each column, there's a box with a drop-down option. So you select that drop down and you have different options of things you can do to the data in that column. So for this one, because it's text, it's managers, I mean, the most sensible thing I could think to do would be to count it to see how many entries I have. And then over here, this is employee ID, so we wouldn't necessarily do an average of it, but I just want to show you that it will work because you have that option, because they're numbers. And so if I select average, it will calculate the average for me, and that's a quick and easy way to get a synopsis of what your data is telling you. Okay, and if you filter this table, this information in total row will change to only depict what is being shown in the table. So if we were to only select Jane Doe, and we go down, you see our average is 37. So there's 37 entries for Jane Doe. This is the average of the employee IDs, so on and so forth. Okay, so just know that that's there for you as well. Now, we also talked about the ease of selecting entire columns and rows. And so again, if you just kind of hover over, keep going to the left, you'll see this white cross turn into a black arrow. And as soon as it does, you simply left click and you'll select that entire row, no matter how long it is. Now, the same thing going upwards to the header. If you want to select the whole column, the white cross will turn into a black down arrow. As soon as it does, you left click it and you have now selected the entire column. So very useful. Now, also another benefit is if you start typing outside of your table, so let's say I wanted to add someone to my table here. I'm going to add this really cool guy named Derek McLeod. All I do is hit enter, and now I have just resized my table from a row perspective, added a row to it. And you can do that same thing for column. So what we're going to do here though is we're going to take employee ID and we're going to add 5 to it. That's going to be our header because we're just letting the world know what we're about to do. And so if you notice, it created the entire column for us. And so now let's see the formulas auto-populate all the way down. Let's make sure that happens. So if we hit equals, if we click right there, employee ID, you see the name range pop up. That was another feature that makes tables so powerful, is that it automatically names your ranges for you. So if we do employee ID plus 5 and hit enters, amazing. It does it all the way down, every single row, all the way to the very bottom. So that's a big time saver right there. Big time saver. So that is absolutely fantastic. So let's do that one more time. Emp ID, and this time we're going to say plus 10. Watch it create the column for us. Let's watch it give us a named range. Employee ID, which it did, add 10, and let's watch it auto populate everything down for us, and it does. Big time saver. That's some of the stuff I wanted to show you all to get you started on tables. I hope this sparks enough interest that you go and really deep dive tables. I could probably make an hour, 2-hour long video over tables and all of the other aspects of a table, but I wanted to give you all something that I felt like could give you an edge in your places of employment or whatever you're using Excel for. Tables can definitely give you an edge and save you a lot of time and effort. So that's what I wanted to cover. As usual, if you all have any questions about tables or any aspect of tables, please hit me up in the comments below or send me a message directly. I will not hesitate to get back to you. I will share every little bit of knowledge that I have with you all. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you don't miss out on weekly content on all things Excel related. I promise if you stick with me, you will become an Excel super user in no time. Again, for all your Excel related questions, if you have them, why not ask an Excel dude? I am here for you. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one.